Oh, Chris,
You're here.
stop touching me there. It's so weird.
I
Why do you
mean,
always touch
I
me
try
there?
not to, but
It's weird. It's weird,
it's
Chris.
hot under this desk. Dude. I need to let you know that give me some air.
Dude, I don't know what you're doing underneath that desk, and that's just weird that you're talking about stuff that you're doing
Mm-hmm.
under your desk. Why 30 million
Mm-hmm.
people are watching?
Yeah. Well, we're here.
That's what we're here for. It's for Chris to masturbate on camera. No.
I slacked on the clips I had to do them after, like while working today. So
I watched because of my incident yesterday. I was stuck at the movie theater for 5 hours.
would you watch instead? Would you watch a couple movies?
No, I used my AMC thing for the day. I have no money. I'm broke as shit. I didn't work for 2 months. I barely have enough
So what'd you
money
do?
to keep the lights on, let alone fucking go to a second movie.
Well, I mean, second movie, you use your AMC thing.
No, you
Like you
can't
can
use
watch
it
some movies
twice
a
in a
week. So
day.
what? Really?
Yeah,
Interesting. I didn't know that.
it's part of the thing you signed up for, man, and you can't watch the same movie twice.
You can watch the same movie twice, not in the same day.
No,
I know that
that's
for a
what it
fact.
says in the thing.
I'm pretty okay. I mean,
If
well, I think
if it's different than that, then I don't know. I'm just going by what it says in the instructions when you buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's what she said.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try right now.
You're gonna. Why are you gonna try? Okay, well then I guess I'm doing the podcast alone. What the fuck?
No, not that. But we have next week's set for movies though. We know we're watching.
What movies are we watching next week?
Gran Turismo because you were pushing that hard. And,
Which one?
Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that one.
And
That one's getting like
and
some of the
then
best reviews of the year. I can't wait to see.
and then Vacation Friends 2.
Your mom's a vacation friend.
It's on Hulu. So
Why do you guys say that about your mom? It's weird, dude. Your mom's a nice lady. She comes on. She says nice things to us all the time.
Do you need help saying the lead actor's name in Blue Beetle?
There is only one actor I need help with, and I'm pretty sure you know which one it is.
Yeah. Okay, I can do it because I listened to it before the podcast. So I was like, how do you say that?
Yeah. Because I know he's from the good old
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. I think
Yep.
I got them all loaded that I wanted loaded. Okay, no, that's a copy. That's a copy. I only got to load 2 more things. Don't worry, nobody's watching right now, right? Anyway. And I think I want that one. I got that one loaded? I do now. And this one right here. Boop, boop, boop. Just so I can talk about that a little bit. All right. And then I need there we go. You can take that.
Who's that?
That's Bray Wyatt.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
wait. That's Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
All right, are you ready? Are you ready? That's Bray Wyatt. Oh, here you go. That's Bray Wyatt. And my favorite of all time. Let me in. Oh, I love Bray Wyatt. Gosh, I can't believe he passed. We'll talk about that for half a second. Because we're going to have to during the news segment because you can't have 2 of the most legendary fucking pro wrestlers pass in the same fucking day, like or the same 2 days. I mean, that's just I just don't get it. So that means 2 of them are dead, right? So that means we got to get one more.
They come in 3 is what you're saying? Yeah.
Deaths come in 3, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
So who's the other wrestler that's gonna die?
Could be the Hulkster.
No, I mean he's pretty going. He's going pretty strong right now. He's pretty much knocking it out of the park with his 105-year-old ass. I don't even know how old he is.
He's super old. He's got to be in his 60s, right?
He's 70s, dude. He's
Oh,
70.
dude, damn.
And he's like, everybody I know, like I just saw an interview with him recently, and he's just like, everybody's dead. Everybody I know is dead. He goes, every wrestler I wrestled is pretty much dead. And it's like, and it's because they rode hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
They rode hard.
you rode hard too. All right, I got the red lights for Pope Exorcist, and I'll switch it to blue when we go to Blue Beetle.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right. All
Yeah.
right, ready? I'm ready. Is your mom ready? Okay, wait a minute. I got to do an open. Let's see. Let me think of something. If you think about it, Blue Beetle's just like the Pope's Exorcist, where it's just another person being possessed by another thing.
With all great.
Can you hear me now? No.
Yeah, I can hear you now. It just went out all of a sudden.
I can cut that in. So.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, welcome to a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm his co-host, Chris.
And Chris and I today will be watching
Mhm.
two movies, reviewing two movies that are out there in the wonderful world of cinema for you to apply. Now, the first one just hit Netflix. It was back at the movie theater,
Mhm.
back in a month where like 95 films came out all at the same time.
Yeah, it was rough.
And it
was
got
rough.
buried. So this is a movie I'm glad because it just came out on the streaming network that we're going to be able to review.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
it's number one on the network too, so it's like
yeah, it's awesome. We'll talk about it in a moment. But that is The Pope's Exorcist, featuring the one, the only, the guy who tried to save the last blockbuster ever, Russell Crowe.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
It's got to be that one, right? Like that's got to be that clip.
And that's exactly the stuff that he sent them to, was stuff from Gladiator,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that
yeah.
last blockbuster,
Yeah.
so they could put that as a museum or whatever pieces. Also in the movie with him, Daniel Zavada.
Stay right fucking there. Don't you fucking move. Yeah, that's right. I know what's in there, and I ain't leaving without it. You got me? Now you do as I say, all right? Don't take one single step, all right? Huh? What, do you hear me or what? What, are you blind and deaf all of a sudden? Huh? Motherfucker, I should stop. I think you fucking heard me. All right. Don't you move. What the fuck are you doing, you old man? I'll fucking show you. Don't you fucking test me.
That's from Don't Breathe.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was wondering what that was from. And also in this film is the person that its name I'm about to say, Alex Esso. I couldn't see where the list was. Sorry, Alex Esso.
Hey, it's okay, Doc. It's okay. There. All dry. What happened? You have to talk to me, Danny. You haven't talked since we left Please, Doc. Please.
That's from Doctor Sleep. That's a flashback that Danny has of him and Shelley Duvall.
Yes.
Or Shelley
You
Duvall.
are
Not Shelley Duvall.
correct. You're
Yeah.
100% on top of that, like
Mhm.
always.
Mhm.
And last but not least, Franco Nero was in this as well.
I fail to recall the last time you were in Rome. And here I'd heard you had retired.
I had.
Then humor me with but one question. Sei qui per il Santo Padre?
No.
All right, then.
That's from a John Wick Chapter 2. The
Yes,
thing
it
he
is.
said. The thing he said in Italian was, "Are you here to kill the Pope?"
Which is funny
Yeah,
because
'cause
this
if
is
you
the
play the
Pope's
Pope-
Exorcist is the first movie that we are reviewing. Second movie that we're reviewing is about a superhero who has been around. He is the 11th superhero to ever be created, ever. He was only created 3 months after Batman.
Real quick, are we going to be doing a spoiler section?
Oh, fuck yeah,
Okay.
we're doing.
I
He's
can't
like
wait.
one of the most legendary
Yeah,
fucking
okay,
superheroes of all time.
man.
Do you know he was actually the first one to have a radio program as well?
Did I know that?
Yeah, Blue Beetle, who was originally made in 1938, was the original Blue Beetle. In fact, just for you right here, bam, there it is. In the corner, the guy walking in the window, that is the original at Mystery Men Comics. It wasn't even DC yet. DC didn't get them until like 1948 or something like that. Like, seriously, one of the first superheroes ever, Blue Beetle. Now, Blue Beetle is actually based off of the new rendition of Blue Beetle from the 2000 concert, 2000 Infinity Crisis, going into the New 52. But we'll talk about that in the spoiler section of the Blue Beetle movie later on. First, Blue Beetle is played by the one, you know him from Cobra Kai. He
Mhm.
is Zolo Maradia.
Sholo Mardunya.
I was close. Dang,
Close.
that's right.
Yeah, Sholo Mardunya.
Karate is about discipline. It's about inner strength. It's about confidence. Okay, lessons that you can use for the rest of your life. Look, I don't know where I would be today or who I would be today if it wasn't for my sensei. Look, we don't need this tournament to do cool kicks or to sell tickets. We need it to show the bullies of the world that we're not afraid. It's called the All Valley because it's for everyone. To give everyone the chance to show what they can do, to fight, to become a champion. And we deserve that chance.
Yeah, I found that. It took me forever to find that for some reason. I found it.
Man, good guy. That's just such a good show. I mean, you can't go wrong. Hey, dude, if you guys have any time and you haven't watched Cobra Kai, seriously, go watch it tomorrow, tonight, today, right now. As soon as you get this podcast done, turn it off, go see Cobra Kai. It's one of my favorite shows. Also in this movie, the man who is known for calling himself more racial terms than any man in the world, the one and only George Lopez.
Prostate cancer is the #1 killer of Latino men because the only way they can check is por atrás. And your fucking dad and your uncle like, chale, no way. I'd rather be dead than have somebody be touching my culo. Sober? No. Nope, not sober, chale. Maybe catch me when I get home before I change before we go to sleep. They still drink, they still do all that shit. He went to the bathroom like 10 times a night. After like 10 years, my tia was like, you gotta go to the doctor after 10 years. The doctor looks at him, he goes, you have prostate cancer. He looks at his wife, you fucking heard what he told me? You heard? I heard, tell her, because I heard that I have prostate cancer. Chinga, you make me come to the doctor and fucking now I got prostate cancer.
Yeah. So that's George Lopez. Because he's dating comedian. That's what he does.
And also, in this movie, Blue Beetle, playing the villain, Mrs. Dammit Janet herself, Susan Sarandon.
Where did you get off behaving like that with women you didn't even know? Huh? Huh? How'd you feel if somebody did that to your mother? Or your sister? Or your wife?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know good and damn well what I'm talking about.
I mean, really? That business with your tongue? What is that? That is disgusting.
And oh my God, that other shit pointing to your lap. I mean, what is that supposed to mean exactly, huh? I mean, does that mean pull over? I want to show you what a big fat slob I am?
Where's that from?
I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's The Client, but I might be wrong. Gosh, I don't know. What is it from?
Thelma and Louise.
Is that Thelma and Louise?
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it! I don't want to go. I didn't want to make it. I didn't think it was going to be simple like that. I didn't think they were going to go.
I went super easy on that one. And we got one more. All
right. We got one more. No, we don't.
Yeah. I sent it to you. I sent it to you.
Oh, and Belissa Escobedo.
My mom is shopping for snacks for the movie marathon, and she keeps sending me blurry pictures of cookies.
She's just trying to help.
I know, but it's just like, buy the cookies, Susan. Who cares?
That's a good. Let's look if we can find for Belissa. That's not her. But Belissa, Belissa, because she's also kind of a new actress too, and it's she plays the sister of Joa. Yeah, but yeah, that's
okay? Are you good there, man?
Yeah, it's also got like Becky G and Bruno Marquezine.
You need some energy, man. You just need to like. Do you need some Red Bull or something?
I'm good, dude. Let's do this. I'm ready. Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! Chris, tell them where we're at, brother.
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on w2mnet.com. That's W2M as in moviesnet.com. You can find us there along with a bunch of other podcasts. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We're also on Twitter at NTS Podcast, or X now. Instagram NTS Podcast. We're also on Bonfire. Go to bonfire.com. So Movies Don't Suck and something to do. You'll find our shirts like the ones in there. You'll be able to find a shirt like that. We're also on Patreon. Go to patreon.com. Just Don't Suck. If you guys want to show us a few shekels, and Neil can get a value meal if he wants to at some point, like after a couple months. And then every year find podcast on Movies Don't Suck and something to do. And you know what? If you're listening to us on an audio device or anything, you can hit subscribe. So it'll be in your I guess phone or you're listening to the second it gets uploaded to the internet. So try that out. Right, Neil? Who are you talking about today?
What?
Who are we talking about today?
What'd I say?
It's your turn to talk about a business that we like.
Oh, I'm talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Talking about stuff. All right. So what am I talking about? Oh, businesses. So small businesses. If you have a small business, we like to help you out. And I'm going to talk about the one that gave us so much entertainment this past week.
Metallica.
That is, I could be like, yes, Metallica. Have you ever been in a room with 100,000 people?
I don't know.
Twice.
Friday and Sunday, right?
Yeah. Right. Sold 30,000 more tickets than Taylor Swift.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, so the place that we kind of ended up at every night while we're in Arlington. We're in Arlington, not Dallas. Let me just make that clear. Arlington is a suburb of Dallas.
You guys went to it was at the Cowboy Stadium, right?
Yeah, it's at AT&T Stadium. It was right there. That's where it's at.
Okay. Yeah.
AT&T Stadium. Yeah. Here it is from top when they're on stage. Like I went up, I walked all the way up there just to give that picture.
Oh, you guys had 4 seats, right?
Huh?
You guys had 4 seats?
Yeah, we had 4 seats.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not seats. I mean, it's
standing room. Yeah.
But anyway,
like past the age of 30 and have to stand for like a couple hours. You're like, damn, I kind of like to sit down somewhere.
They didn't care. We didn't care. I mean, it's Metallica. I mean, there's a difference between Metallica and if you're there to see
Amen.
some stupid, crappy, whiny band. You know, it's just like, but instead of you're hearing, oh, fortune takes, mirror lies down in flames.
Okay.
It's like
Street
James Hetfield,
Higgins.
fucking God.
Yeah.
Metallica is God in music. Anyway,
Where'd
like
you guys end up
Lemmy
every night?
died, they took their place.
Yeah.
What?
Where'd you and the guys end up every night?
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about that. That was 7 minutes ago. Max Tavern and Grill. Max Tavern and Grill has karaoke every night, cheap drinks, pool. Look at this karaoke stage I sang on 3 nights in a row. I got applauding. I even had an old lady come up and sing Dragula with me. I didn't ask her to. I didn't ask her to, but she randomly came up there and just grabbed a microphone from my hand.
That's
like,
awesome.
yep. This is what it looks like. Nice place, pool tables, dart boards, the singing stage, plenty of fun. I mean, even the outside looks nice. Like, it's just a nice little dive bar. Has some nice food. There's a steak burrito there. There's shepherd's pie, some country fried steak, all the above. It is located just right down the road from AT&T Stadium at 2821 Galleria Drive, Arlington, Texas. Seriously, they are open to 2 a.m. every night. They are some of the nicest people. We couldn't ask for a better place. We couldn't ask. The people were nice. It was nice. It was nice and divey, and it wasn't like we went to Texas Live one night and spent about $1,000. And we had like 3 drinks.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. And it was just so shitty there. Like, it was just like they didn't give a fuck. Like, at Texas Live, nobody gives a fuck you're at Texas Live. Anybody that works at Texas Live, they're Power and Light District, if you want to compare it to that. Just like at Power and Light District, nobody there gives a shit that you're fucking there either. Like, I like places that they care that you're part of the environment. They did at Max Tavern. It was a great place. The people were great. The karaoke guy, fucking friends with like pro wrestlers. So we're like literally talking pro wrestling and hanging out and just having a good time. People there were great. So seriously, guys, if you are in Arlington area, go to Max Tavern and Grill. It is 2821 Galleria Drive, Arlington, Texas. Great time, great people. I cannot say anything else more.
I lived in Arlington for 2 years.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Was that when you were running from the law?
Yes, it was actually. Now that
I know, I knew that time. I know there's this time that you were running from the law because of that murder trial that you escaped out of the back door while they were taking the prisoners back to the jail.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was on TikTok the other day.
Can I do a humble brag real quick?
A what?
Humble brag.
Yeah, what's that?
So Bob Dylan's coming to KC's doing 2 nights in Midland. And I scored front row tickets this morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who'd you blow?
Myself, actually. I do it on video.
You blew yourself.
Yeah, I did it on video, and then I sent it to a guy, and he got me tickets.
Well, that's great, because then when you're in the back, you just hear
the front here.
And now you're going to be closer. You're going to hear.
Exactly. I'm excited.
I don't mean to make fun of your favorite singer of all time. Literally, hey, I get it. Bob Dylan,
excited.
He did something once.
It was less expensive than I thought it'd be too. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah. But
how much? What did you think it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be like close to 300, but it was half that. So, and so I had pulled up a Leah. It costs this much. And I'll share my phone. She's like, I'm like, he's 82. We'll never be able to see him again.
on Friday on the way down to Metallica.
Yeah.
My friend, you know who Metallica is?
Yeah, I know who Metallica is.
Okay. So like Metallica.
Are you joking?
Metallica. All of a sudden, my buddy in the car, I'm not going to say which one of these it was, but one of these guys turns to me and goes, "It's done." And I was like, "What's done?" He goes, "16th row, WrestleMania 40,
Oh shit!
Philadelphia.
Oh, you're going to. Oh, nice, dude. You excited?
Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40, April. I can't remember. I think it's the 6th or the 7th or something like that. The 6th and the 7th, because it's 2 days.
Yeah.
And so
Pretty-
yeah, we got 16th row for both days. A total of yeah.
$20,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was just like, do I give you head now or
Yeah, you got to. You got to. Obviously.
All right. Well, let's get into our first movie. Our first movie of the day is The Pope's Exorcist. Chris, tell them a little bit about it.
It was directed by Julius Avery. And I had that stuff pulled up just a second ago. Julius
No, you
Avery. He's directed such things as Overlord. You remember Overlord? We actually saw it in theaters. We talked about it.
Yeah.
You and I. Also directed Son of a Gun from 2014. By sorry, my shit's written by Michael Petroni, Evan Spitopoulos, Dean McCreary, Chester Hastings, Jeff Katz, based on the book by Gabriel Amorth. In this movie, Russell Crowe plays Amio, Father Gabriel Amorth.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Also, this stars Daniel Zavato as Father Escobar.
Stay right fucking there.
Also, Alex Esso plays Julia.
Hey, it's okay, Doc.
And Franco Nero plays the Pope.
I fail to recall the last time you were in Rome.
Also, this stars Peter
The
D'Souza.
Popa!
The Popa!
The Popa!
He also stars Peter D'Souza Fahoni as Henry, Worrell Martinson as Amy, Cornell John as Bishop Lumumba, Rhino Gray as Carlos Fallen, and Bianca Bardo as Rosario. And I want to mention this: Ralph Ineson does the voices as the demon in this one. I don't know if the demon's away, but Ralph Ineson was also in The Witch. So I just wanted to say that. Why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for this one? Storyline, yeah.
Okay, there you are. You froze.
You first too.
Yeah, I just got you. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
so read the story, Ryan. Right? Okay, cool. Where am I at? All right, there we go. Inspired by the actual files of Father Gabriel Armoth, chief exorcist of the Vatican, the Pope's Exorcist follows Armoth as he investigates a young boy's terrifying possession and ends up uncovering centuries-old conspiracy the Vatican has desperately tried to keep hidden.
And most of us would think that meant like touching little boys, but this is something different. So,
no, but it still has the Vatican chasing a little boy.
It does have that. It got a little weird,
wrong.
right? It got a
That's
little
so
weird.
wrong, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, not every priest is a rapist.
But yeah, I mean, it's weird, right?
You don't need to be racist.
Against priests.
Yeah, I guess that's is that it? Is that the terminology for it?
I'd be bigoted against racists, but not racist, but popes or exorcists, or in this case, priests. Neil, what did you think of this movie?
They all died at the end.
Mm-hmm. They didn't. I mean, I thought this.
I thought it was pretty cool, man. To be honest, it was fun.
Mm-hmm, it was fun.
I mean, have you ever seen the picture of the real guy?
Yeah, he looks kind of the same.
Nothing like the same. Nothing like him. There he is. There he is. The kid that they had with the makeup and everything with him looked creepy as hell.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, if you're gonna make an Exorcist movie, this is, I mean, it was a good way to do it.
It seemed like an action film to me. I felt like.
Yeah, but it was all in one room.
Yeah.
It was like, or 3 rooms. We'll go 3 rooms.
Yeah.
It was in 3 rooms.
Because it wasn't very scary, but it was definitely action packed.
Yeah, and it just felt like you didn't know the way it was gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, and then they gave you good lore.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the lore was true. I don't know if the lore was, real. I didn't really deep dive that much into it because sometimes, it breaks my heart when I don't find out that the lore is 100%
But you
correct.
and I aren't necessarily believers, so we would probably be like, whatever. Anyway,
Hey,
so,
no. I mean, I don't want people to fuck up my comic books, just
Yeah.
like I don't want people to fuck up their comic books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't like it when people fuck up a Stephen King novel either. You know what I'm saying? But Russell Crowe, man, I think he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he's great.
I think he was great.
Yeah.
He will never be in gladiator shape ever again, I don't think.
No, but he's still
I think
got
he's
the
beyond that limit now. I think he's more into John Candyland than he is.
He's between that. He's not the quite John Candy yet, but
he's between John Goodman and John Candy.
John Goodman now. Candy
not John Goodman then. But I really liked it. I thought he played his part. His bro that was with him the whole time, Father Escobar or whatever.
Escobar. Yeah. It was. I could see this been doing a ton of movies like this, like a sequel with these two, like going to a different place.
In fact, I think they were actually talking about making this like a whole thing.
Yeah. I did. Yeah. And what did you think about? I mean, they obviously did some stuff that was straight from The Exorcist, like.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's what I mean. At this point in world, let's just be honest. If you do a comic book movie, you're going to be compared to everything. You're going to be compared to every comic book movie that ever happened. If you do a horror movie, you're going to be compared to every horror movie that ever. Oh, don't run in there. You know what's going to happen next. You know, and when you do an Exorcist movie, no matter which one it is, it's always going to be compared to, of course, the original Exorcist. And to be honest, this kind of did it. I mean, I haven't seen the Exorcist sequels that they did. And I mean, the original Exorcist sequels and the ones they did later, like that when they did try to do the reamp the whole entire universe, like 5 years ago or 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah. So they're doing new ones now. Like,
they're doing it again. And guess what? I'll go see those too.
Yeah,
but
the thing is,
guys,
I want to mention the director of this. He's the one who did the new Halloween.
Yeah,
so
Halloween
same guy.
Yeah, so like seriously, man, the whole thing is, guys, just like there's a reason Barbie's #1 for the year.
Yeah,
it's not because it's Barbie. It's not because it's a toy.
It's a great movie.
Because story.
Yeah.
Story and acting. There's two things that go together. You can't just throw an Exorcist movie together and be like, person's dead on bed and we're going after the demon inside her. You can't. You got to have a good story going along. In this movie, the demon jumps around. They're finding, you got to give me anthology. If you don't give me anthology of whoever that fucking demon is, like even in Constantine with Keanu Reeves, when he does the demon possession at the beginning of the movie, you get the anthology of who the fucking demon was right off the back.
Oh, you mean the demonology, like with what it does? You say anthology, I think you're using it wrong. But
yeah, I think demonology is what I mean. Demonology. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you know, like with this one, it's decent, man. Like I was interested. They kept it good. They didn't show the God in my face that much. like the problem I think with this is one of those few films that's, because all we get now of this when it comes to horror that has like a Christian like element is generally the Conjuring shit. And this is one of those that's not, and I liked it, man. This was fine.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you want to do to a broad audience, you have to understand that over 70% of the world is not Christian.
Yeah.
They're not Christian.
Well,
so
it's the second biggest religion.
Whatever. I don't give a damn. Whatever. But most of the world's not Christian. Like that's just more of an American thing, not
the Western world's definitely Christian, but the Western world,
yeah.
This is Mark II, definitely Christian. But this
not
movie,
fighting this over you, just trying to make a fucking point.
Which point, dude? Which point?
Thank you. But you have to give enough of the religion so we know what the hell you're talking about. Because not everybody, including 90% of the Christians, have never read the Bible. So they don't know what the hell's there, you know, and they don't know what, if they go actually look at the real history of things. We need to have some of that information. And in this
They
movie,
definitely don't want. A lot of people don't want to know that information, dude. They're like, "What? Nope, never mind. I didn't want to know this."
But there's enough information in this movie that that man, it makes it good. It makes it like intelligent. It makes it like it's not shoving it just down your throat like
It's also not.
God versus the devil.
It's not dumb, dude. It didn't. I didn't. At one point, they like they're pandering. At no point did I feel like that they were making it too sensationalized. Like I felt like all this was pretty fun. Like honestly, it was a fun Exorcist horror movie, and that's what we wanted from it. Like I didn't expect my socks to be blown up. I expected a entertaining ride, and that's what I got.
This movie would have been great in the movie theater.
Oh yeah, it would have been bad.
Too bad you wouldn't allow me to see it.
No, we had something else to see. I'm almost sure we did. Neil, I haven't checked yet, but what if we saw this and what if we saw Beau is Afraid instead of this? Would you be upset?
Saw this instead of what?
Beau is Afraid.
What's Beau is Afraid?
That's that Joaquin Phoenix movie, Ari Aster.
Oh, fuck yeah, I would have loved to see this 10 times over that. 105 times over that. Oh, gosh. I would watch Beau is Afraid now on a streaming network, but I guess it was great. I got a good nap in the theater. For Beau is Afraid, not this.
Well, okay, well, yeah, sure, I'll keep that in. But Pope's Exorcist, it's Russell Crowe was great. I'll say that Russell Crowe was fantastic. He's always good in everything. He was good in Unhinged, and that movie wasn't that great. But
I mean, Russell Crowe's a good actor. It just matters if he shows up. You know what I mean? Sometimes he comes to a movie, and I feel like he just shows up for the paycheck. You know,
or just fights people in random hotel lobbies where he's at.
But then there's movies like what Nice Guys, for example. Like,
dude, we
didn't even see that coming. You didn't even see that coming.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nice Guys was one of those films that you're just like, when it came out, none of us saw it coming. But then when it did come out, we're all like, me and you, for example, were just like, what the fuck was that? Where'd that come?
Where's the sequel?
Yeah,
where's the sequel?
Where's the 5 sequels?
Yeah, because I love those two together. I love Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. They're fucking perfect. Man, that movie was good. But this movie's not as good as Good Guys, but it's pretty good. It's all right. It's all right movie. I enjoyed myself watching this. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's get some quotes and move on.
Yeah, let's do it.
When we jeer at the devil, tell ourselves he does not exist. That is when he is happiest. Yeah. L.A. Night. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a wrestling thing. You wouldn't understand. It's for cool people. If you are Satan, what is my name? You can sleep now, my son. The demon is gone. We will all be judged how much we love. That was not an exorcism. So what you're saying is evil does not exist?
Mm-hmm.
You're all going to die. This baby's hungry. Give me some milk, you fat cow. Wrong fucking priest. Pride manifests itself in different forms. Our sins will seek us out. Your prayers are worthless here. My name is blasphemy. My name is nightmare. No one is getting out of here alive. Yeah, demon voice, like the demon voice.
Yeah.
I once had a demon try to put a crucifix in my eyeball. Your sins will seek you out. Their dead bodies talk to me. To die in a war is heroic. To survive is complex. I burn in hell because of you. They all suffer because of you. Say the words, piggy. Damn us both to hell. God is not here. And you know that God works in very mysterious ways. Chris,
Is that it?
that's it.
All right. My score on this is 3.7. That was good.
I'll go a little
I like
higher
it.
than you. Actually, I really enjoyed this. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
watching it a little bit more. Just about a point though. I'll go 3.8. I liked it.
Okay.
I
Take a shot.
thought it was a good movie. I don't know if it'll be on my top 10 at the end of the year, but it was one that I liked.
It was delightful diversion, honestly. Like yeah, I worked out of it. I was like, I enjoyed that. That was worth whatever.
It was like one of those days where you're just like, okay, I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
So this is when you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. It really sucks.
Oh,
But
I just realized that we didn't even mention earlier about that we are going to do a spoiler for Blue Beetle. We'll have to do that at new segment.
oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll let the listeners know that when to leave.
Yeah.
But all right, mine on RottenTomatoes.com. What is the audience worth of Pope's Exorcist?
I don't know. I would say that they're the new 79%.
81%. You're really close.
Nice.
But audience says Pope's Exorcist may not be a classic, but it's still a solid possession thriller, and Russell Crowe does a fantastic job in the leading role. All right, critics' consensus on this one is what? What's the critic score?
92.
47.
Damn, I went completely wrong on that one.
Yeah.
I thought I went up because I was like, maybe this will be one of those to go up because I thought I heard good things about it, but
Critics' consensus is Dominus Crowe. The Pope's Exorcist is standard issue holy horror in most respects, but a star's sanctified performance will be the answer to some viewers' prayers. All right. I'm gonna read a good review, a bad review, and a good review. This is from Oliver Jones of The Observer. He says, the absurdly plotted, blood-drenched haunted house movie with all the fatality and vivaciousness of a 15th century corpse. And this is a good review from Sidhan Atakala as Inverse. Says, few horror films have been so benefited from the presence of such a genuine, effortless star. So that's the Pope's Exorcist. You guys can watch that on Netflix, and if you don't have Netflix, use your friend's Netflix. Because I think if my brothers, I think there's 6 people using my extra Netflix account. Hope they're not listening. But right now, yeah, you guys can check this out. It's easy to find, and if you like these type of horror films, you'll like this one. Right?
I like this. Yeah, if you like a good horror movie, religious horror movie thing, you will definitely like it. I definitely suggest it for you and your friends to have fun, get naked, rub some butt on you.
There's some titties in it too if you're into that. So.
Right? Is that it?
That's it.
What are we talking about now?
We're talking about the news.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I can do the news. What are we doing the news for? This is the movies that don't suck and some of them news. My name is Neil. I'm going to read things to Chris because I don't know if you know this. He's blind in both of his eyeballs, and therefore he needs help.
I know.
I have no idea why everything is going so slow today, but I'm literally clicking on things and it doesn't come up for like half a minute almost. I think it's all your fault.
Did you get that hat on the way to Texas?
On the way back?
Yeah. Dude, I don't get it. Everyone I know is so obsessed with fucking Buc-ee's. And wasn't that like I've been to Buc-ee's like plenty of times out from Texas.
Yeah, the greatest gas station of all.
It's fine, dude. Buc-ee's
it's
fine.
amazing. How many barbecue sandwiches did you eat?
I ate none.
How many of the donuts did you eat?
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
How much of the beef jerky did you eat?
Okay, man, I get it. You like Buc-ee's,
dude. You grab that shit, and then you're driving another 3 hours down the road. Hell yeah, dude! I'm eating a barbecue sandwich. I'm eating some beef jerky. I'm got a Rice Krispie treat. Got some beaver nuggets in my mouth. Hell yeah, I love Buc-ee's.
All right,
anyway. My friend bought like almost $400 and stuff there while we were there.
Dude, I used to drive by that shit all the time, and people from out of the state think Bucky's is like fucking Mecca. Like everyone buys the shit. I'm like, what's the deal? What's the big deal? But I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
Anyway, let's get this done and over with out of the gate. Let's just talk about this and get it over with. Now, guys, I know this ain't really movies or anything like that, but it means something to me because I am a huge pro wrestling fan. In the last 24 hours, we lost two greats. One who grew up right down the street from good old Chris right there. At the age of 79 years old, we lost the one and only Terry Funk. Terry Funk is a hardcore wrestler. He has wrestled people like Mankind or Mick Foley, known as Cactus Jack. I went to an arena where I got to see him and Cactus Jack in a dumpster that got thrown off of stage while they're in the dumpster in front of me. Like, it was insane. It was like, it's considered one of the biggest moments of Monday Night Raw history, and I was there for that. And one of the great legends of all time. He passed away at the age of 79. I mean, it's, he's 79 and he did all that shit. I mean, hardcore shit for years. I mean,
Yeah, when you're like wrestlers don't get to live that long because they really abuse themselves while being wrestlers. It's amazing Hulk's still alive,
no shit. And other news today, literally just reported an hour before we went live. Seriously, WWE star Bray Wyatt, also I don't know where's his real name. It's Windham. I know it's Windham. It's Windham Rotunda. His dad, Windham Rotunda. His father is Mike Rotunda, also known as IRS, that was with Money Incorporated from the 1980s. Windham Rotunda did one of the most creative characters in all of pro wrestling, known as Bray Wyatt. I mean, the guy had a cult, and then he had the spooky mask thing and everything, and he just had fun, and he did things in the ring that was just weird but cool, and you didn't know whatever it was going to be. But two legends in the square circle. Sorry that they passed away, and I'm sorry to all their families that they passed away.
He passed away at 36, right?
Age of 36 years old.
Yeah, we don't. He's been. We do know that he's been sick for a little bit.
We don't know if he's. I don't know exactly what it is, and I don't want to even act like I know.
Speculate.
Yeah, I don't even want to particularly, because who knows if one of his family members or friends ever listens to this. I don't ever want to particularly. Whatever happened. He's just not with us anymore. So,
rest in peace.
Thoughts out. Rest in peace, and thoughts to his family and friends. Now let's talk about some of the best news I've read all week long.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. Throw it on me.
AI created work cannot be copyrighted, has said U.S. judge has determined amid the Hollywood strikes. So that means if any company uses AI to write songs, to make movies, to make artwork, to do anything like that, it is not copyrightable. How many of you studios want to use AI now?
Yeah.
How many? Come on. I can't hear you. I'm listening. Wait. Are you in the back? What did you? Oh, no one's saying anything now.
Yeah.
No one's
I'm hoping that speeds along the negotiations.
Yeah, a federal judge rules artwork created by an AI cannot be copyrighted, as human authorship is essential to validate copyright claims.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I think right there is what's going to start the downfall of the AI generated stuff. I mean, you can use it.
It's beneficial when it comes to like a business environment.
It's
when
beneficial
it comes to writing
everything. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's not beneficial to writing movies.
But
it's not beneficial to.
You have to agree right there. I think this judge has it right on the nose. You can't copyright it. So therefore, if you get a whole script written by AI, and you're a big movie studio and you got this $100 million movie, I mean, somebody could grab that same script and make a movie for like $20 and try to outdo you. Wouldn't that be great if we just got copycat? I mean, I know we kind of have the copycat movies now,
Yeah.
where the B movie theaters try to make the, like Titanic 2, like and stuff like that. But wouldn't that be great if just like a shitstorm if one movie came out, like 5 versions of the same movie? I'm down for it.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm down for it too.
Writer Guild and AMPTP have another meeting as studios chart plan to end the strike. Now, writer strike continues as the Writer Guild of America and Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers clash on staffing minimums and streaming residuals. Disney CEO Bob, I like to fuck everybody over, Iger, criticized the strikes, calling them disrupting and unrealistic, facing backlash from actors like Tatiana Maslina. WGA and AMPTP continue to exchange proposals and plan to meet again, while WGA criticized Netflix, Amazon, Disney as gatekeepers of the industry.
I just want everyone to be happy. That's what I want. You and I, because there's a time when me and Neil will probably be seeing movies that were never meant to see the light of day, and
sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when the dealing's done.
Yep.
Anyway, Rebel Moon is already gearing up for Zack Snyder's director's cut.
Damn, already? Jesus Christ.
Rebel Moon director Zack Snyder will offer an extended director's cut that delves deeper into the narrative, providing a more intense and violent portrayal compared to the original film. Fans can expect a unique viewing experience. So basically, he's just going to do a more violent version of it.
Of Star Wars.
Rebel Moon.
Sounds like.
Hey, dude. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon expands its universe with a Netflix exclusive game already. Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, will be getting its own video game. Renowned filmmaker Zack Snyder is teaming up with Netflix and Super Evil Megacorp to create a video game that expands on the Rebel Moon universe, offering fans a deeper, more extensive game. It's not an adaptation of the film, but a continuation of the Rebel Moon narrative with a vast and exotic universe. I hope this works out. I really do. Because
you said Disney's part. You said Disney's part of this?
No.
You said Super Evil Megacorp.
It says Super Evil Megacorp.
I was joking.
That's a company. Don't.
I know. I was fucking around saying that. I was joking, dude. It was a joke.
No, it's not a joke. You just belittle those people, man.
I know.
Anyway.
Could be fun.
The game will be Tyler exclusive for Netflix audience and will allow up to 4 players to clinically engage in the Rebel Moon lore, aligning with Snyder's ambiguity. I want this to really work because I want to go see it. I want to love it. The people that are in it are all people I like. All the actors and stuff like it. I love seeing these new characters and
sure you like world building.
Yeah,
I both like world building. Yeah,
I love good world building. And not finally. I'm sorry, we got a lot more news, but it has come to fruition, guys. It's finally done it. Barbie is now the #1 movie of 2023. It has now surpassed the Super Mario Brothers, which was the #1 movie of 2023.
Where is it in isn't it like one of the biggest movies ever now?
Yeah. But that's all together.
Okay.
Barbie reached the milestone of $574 million in just 34 days, faster than its competition and even faster than Top Gun Maverick. Barbie has surpassed Super Mario Brothers as the highest grossing film domestically, as it is close to becoming the highest grossing movie worldwide in 2023. Now, Top Gun Maverick is #1 still. Worldwide. But domestically, here in America, Barbie is now #1.
Good.
It's Barbie, Super Mario Brothers, and Top Gun Maverick.
Interesting.
Your face is interesting. For some reason, Extraction 2 is now in the top 10 of most watched movies of all time on Netflix.
Okay, I was like, of all time, it's fine. It's good.
Yeah. It's now on the top 10 list. Extra 2's highly acclaimed sequel to the action-packed saga has made it into the Netflix's top 10 most watched films of all time on the platform.
It's a good movie.
I know, but I mean, is it
That's-
better than Big Lebowski?
Oh, so they're not just talking about Netflix films. they're
No,
talking
on
about
Netflix.
film.
I mean, movies that they have, not movies they made. It is one of the top 10
Interesting.
most watched movies of all time.
That's weird. That's really weird to me.
I know, right?
Well, it makes sense if they're going worldwide because a lot of countries don't have like the same rights to the same movies, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, so
I
but,
remember
yeah,
what you're talking about there, but I don't know what you're saying. You know what I'm
like
saying?
for example, Japan View, you could watch Forrest Gump on Netflix, but you can't do it here. So
It's weird. Someone's going to
Yeah.
make the director. Stand-up comedians decided that they're going to become a director now. Stand-up comedian and actor. The person that makes your dad look like he's not racist. Bill Burr is going to be making his directorial debut. Comedian Bill Burr makes his directorial with Old Dads, a comedy that explores the challenges of middle age and fatherhood. The film is set to premiere on Netflix on October 20th. Stars Burr as the central figure, Jack, who faces a pivotal moment with his friends as they sell their company to a younger generation.
we know he can act because we saw him act in The King of Staten Island, right?
Right. I know he can act. He was also in that one movie with that one show with that was really famous that one time that everybody liked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know
know
where
what
the
you're talking
people
about, yeah.
killed each other and they were
Uh-huh.
selling meth for the health
Oh,
bills.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he was on Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in that. Yeah,
I just hope
watch it.
he's not like as racist as he acts like all the time.
Nice. I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Yeah. Talking
That's why
Heads.
he's black. I mean,
With
if,
Talking
let's say-
Heads are uniting for a 40th anniversary of concert movie Stop and Making Sense. The Talking Heads are united after 21 years due to a restored concert film. Stop Making Sense is returning to theaters, which was the
I might
movie.
just,
Yeah.
I might see that.
I would.
That'd be cool.
I mean, directed by Jonathan Demme, the film is hailed as the greatest concert film of all time and was added to the Library of Congress National Film Registry this year. So the Talking Heads are getting back together. Fucking all right, man.
Cool. Do it.
Do it. Freddy Rodriguez is on the hunt and looking for a serial killer in VHS 85.
Oh, another one. Okay, doing there. Okay, well, I mean, sure.
The film
We'll
stars
watch it.
Freddy Rodriguez as Wayne Johnson, a detective investigating a series of murders while on the trail of a serial killer, and features different tales directed by a group. I don't want to tell you the tales. I read half of them and then I just stopped reading them because the fun of VHS is not knowing what the next little short's going to be about.
Yeah.
So I don't want to read it, but VHS
Thanks,
85 is coming out soon. I don't know. It didn't give me a date. I hated that.
Yeah.
I read the article and I was like, "Where's the fucking date, asshole?"
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.L. Stein's Zombie Town will be coming to life with two actors that we all know from the 1970s and 80s. One, Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
Wow. Okay. Well,
The trailer
let's,
for the movie adaptation of L.R. Zombie Town only takes basic elements from the book, altering much of the story. The focus of the trailer is on horror filmmaker Lynn Carvey rather than the book's main character, Mike and Karen. The movie seems to be a team-up vehicle for Aykroyd and Chase, despite their characters not being present in the original story. Don't give a fuck. Yes. I don't care if it goes off of the book really well. You're gonna give me Chevy Chase and fucking Dan Aykroyd talking together. I got it. I'm there all day. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, do you like John Hamm?
Yeah, like John Hamm and
Yep.
cheese. Too.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Do you like John Hamm being the voice of Boba Fett?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
For the new Star Wars anthology audiobook series, John Hamm is going to be the voice of Boba Fett. The audiobooks is part of the From a Certain Point of the View series, explores the perspectives of secondary characters in the Star Wars universe. So that's awesome. So
Dope.
maybe, you know,
Yeah.
why he's standing there, why Darth Vader's trying to hire him and IG-88 and all them and stuff like that on
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah.
Go find Han Solo. You know, he can be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's in the helmet like, God damn, I got to work for this fuck again. James Gunn hints that 2 of the Guardians are coming over to good old DC.
Okay, we already had Palm going over there. Who else is going?
Finds are England hints at new collaborations and Gunn's future projects with hints that Chris Pratt and Tom Clementieff are joining the DC.
Chris Pratt is going over
Yeah,
there?
but he's also Star-Lord. He can be both sides. Why not?
Okay.
It's not DC
Yeah,
versus Marvel, everybody. Let's just get over that. You can be.
This is true.
I mean, come on. You can be Green Lantern and Deadpool.
You can be Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yes, you can be. you can be Captain America and Johnny Storm. Wait a minute, that's the same. That's both Marvel. You can be Daredevil and Batman.
Yeah,
that's not a good example either. Anyway, Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista are going to be teaming up in the Blue Beetle director's next film, The Wrecking Crew. Director
we'll watch that.
Angel Manuel Soto, known for his work on the Blue Beetle, will direct The Wrecking Crew, an upcoming buddy movie starring Momoa and Batista. I'm fucking in all day. You give them, you just give them a network and just film it. Just them two hanging out 24-day. I'm there. I don't even care. Buddy action comedy. Don't fucking care to even read the rest of this. You got me. Momoa, Batista. Fucking there. Do I need to read more than that?
No.
I mean, is there more to read? An upcoming buddy movie starring? No, it doesn't even give me. It doesn't give us the plot or anything. So,
what release date?
No, nothing.
Oh.
It's just one. I mean, nothing has a release date. Come on, dude. Are you really fucking asking that right now? Are you really fucking asking that?
Yeah, I guess you're
right. Zachary Levi suggests himself as Flynn Rider alongside Florence Pugh's Rapunzel in the Tangle live-action remake.
Do we need that though?
I mean, we don't need it, but it's already happening. Florence Pugh's already signed on for it.
You're just sucking the dick of the world. Just
but I mean, Zachary Levi does play pretty good. Like, you know, I love Zachary Levi. Let's see. I know there's one I really wanted to tell you about, and I'll get to that really quick, and then we'll move on to Everyone is a Suspect in Netflix upcoming mystery starring Bianco Del Toro and Justin Timberlake.
Benicio Del Toro and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first trailer for Netflix offers a special glimpse into upcoming thriller showcasing Timberlake and Del Toro's mysterious characters. A detective, Tom Nicholas, betrayed by Del Toro, investigates the murder of a real estate agent who was married to Timberlake's character, hinting at hidden secrets. I'm down with the clown all day long about that.
Dope. We'll see that.
Here's a movie we're definitely gonna see. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
John Cena.
I'm sold. Just gonna see it now.
And Allison Brie joined forces in a movie called Freelance. Now, Freelance features Cena and Brie with revealing a thriller plot involving like an ex. She's like a journalist, and he went there to just like help them out with the camera crew or whatever. And it just so happens he's like an ex specialist, and they get kidnapped by the bad guys, and they have to get out. Of course, he's the one that gets them out. That's what it looks like. A cheesy action movie, but you know what? I'm fucking all in because it's John Cena, and John Cena any other way can tell me.
I don't have it loaded.
You don't have. Why don't you always have that loaded? I thought you said always would have that loaded.
You're right. You need to shut it on there like 24/7, right?
No, I know. But anyway, what?
I mean, I only have so much space in here.
I know. It's fine. You're fine. Don't worry, buddy. Don't apologize. Let's move on. Old Boy theatrical re-release at the theaters that just celebrated its anniversary, right? Made twice as much as it did as its original release.
Well, I mean, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I know, and nobody knew it back then.
You know what this movie told? The first one? It said,
I will fuck you, all right?
Yeah, that's what it said. So yeah.
I knew you had it lying around somewhere.
Yeah, I found it.
You found it right in your face.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that one we're definitely gonna have to talk about. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just looking through the rest of them and making sure what we can and cannot talk about. The
You know, if it's-
actor Charles Martinet. Have you ever
Oh
heard that
yeah,
name before?
yeah. He plays the original voice of Mario. It's me, Mario. That guy. Yeah.
Yes. He has now retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
He will no longer voice the voice of Mario.
He's old guy, but he's a good guy. I mean, he's a. I don't know
You're
why
a
they did
good old guy.
They could have Charlie do the original one, but no one was. I guess I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You guys still listening? It.
All right, so here's some of this. I'm just going through some of these headlines. Michael Jackson biopic director says the movie will not avoid the controversies, that they will talk about everything in the biopic. So that's cool. Marvel's Thunderbolts is not going to be a sequel from everything. It's going to be its own movie. So it's basically like, hey, we kind of understand who they all are. So we're just going to go right into it.
Moving on. Yeah.
A Haunting in Venice says the Haunting in Venice. The producer says he's going to try to do as many movies with Poirier, Detective Poirier, as possible.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You're both excited about that.
Flash will be in on HBO Max. What date was that? It's in September. No, August 25th. So starting tomorrow, if you're listening to this today on the 24th, on the 25th, Flash will be on HBO Max. Hey, dude, it just didn't make enough money at theater. People just didn't like Ezra Miller. I don't know what it is. Barbenheimer was a big thing this year, right?
Yeah, it was like one of the biggest things.
So the next one now they're trying to build up is Saw Patrol.
I'm not seeing fucking Super Paw Patrol at all. Fuck that. No way.
Saw Patrol.
If you force me to see that,
I am not going to go see Paw Patrol Super movie.
Okay, thank you.
I just looked at it.
You make me see that. I'm like, fuck you, Neil. We're not doing this.
And then, because of all this dilemma, all these strikes and stuff like that going on, a movie that was supposed to be secretive being made behind the curtain that nobody was supposed to know that they were working on got pulled out from the curtain today. Marvel has been working on a Ghost Rider movie for the last year and a half.
What?
A new Ghost Rider movie. They won't say nothing else came out, but it will start filming as soon as the strike is done. Then, one of fucking Chris's favorite bands of all times is going to reunite to make new music for Trolls 3. That's right. After 20 years, when their last musical release was, Chris's favorite band, NSYNC, will return. Yeah?
Well, cool, I guess. I don't know if that's for it, but not for me. Sorry.
And the new Blue Beetle movie we're about to talk about is about the new Blue Beetle. That is, the original Blue Beetle.
Right.
Well, they're working on a sequel already because they know it's getting some good love and stuff like that. And to be honest, it was just supposed to go directly to streaming. It wasn't supposed to go to theater at all. Even though it beat Barbie this week. It's the movie that beat Barbie.
Yeah.
But the director only wants one person to play the original Blue Beetle in flashback scenes or whatever. And you know who that one person is that he wants?
Who?
He wants the man himself. The guy that can make you go, that always leaves a bottle jar of peanut butter on the counter. Because if I walk by, I can just put my finger right in there and scoop it all up and put it in my mouth.
Oh, he wants Jason Sudeikis to play.
He wants Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis, to play the original Blue Beetle and backflashes or flashbacks in the next Blue Beetle movie. And because of that note, Chris, it is time for Blue Beetle. that was The Movies Don't Suck and Something News. I told Chris some shit, and now he will never remember it because he is way too stoned for that shit.
Mhm.
And if his mom's listening, he doesn't do drugs.
So we're talking about Blue Beetle, DC's latest effort. This is directed by Angel Manuel Soto. He might be going by Angel, I don't know. He directed such things as Charm City Kings and a bunch of shorts. This was written by written by Gareth Dunnett Alistair. This stars Sholo Mariduena as Jamie Reyes, the Blue Beetle.
Karate is about discipline.
Also, Bruna Marquezine as Jenny Cord. I would have bought something for Bruna, but she's Brazilian, and that all the stuff was Brazilian.
Oh yeah, I know. I looked them all up too.
Yeah. Becky G plays the Kajida, which you don't really say that. That's the voice of his suit, the Blue Beetle suit. David Alcazar plays Alberto Reyes. George Lopez plays his uncle Rudy Reyes.
Prostate cancer is the #1 killer of Latino men because the only way they can check is.
Also, Adriana Barrera plays Nana Reyes. Belissa Escobedo plays his sister, Milagro Reyes. Sorry, I have it on here.
My mom is shopping for snacks for the movie marathon, and she keeps sending me blurry pictures of cookies.
Also, Elapida Carrillo is Rocio Reyes. Susan Sarandon is Victoria Cord.
Where did you get off behaving like that with women you didn't even know?
Also, Harvey Goyen is Dr. Sanchez. That's also known as, Guillermo from
Guillermo.
Raul Max Trujillo is Carapax. Jorge Jimenez is and
love Guillermo.
And why don't you go read the story for Blue Beetle?
Oh shoot, yeah. I was setting up other stuff. After an alien scrib chooses college graduate Jaime Reyes to be its symbolic host, bestowing the teenager with a suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers, forever changing his destiny as he becomes the superhero known as the Blue Beetle.
So this is the best DC movie since the Justice League. Justice League, I'm sorry. No, since the Suicide Squad. Since Suicide Squad. Gun's Suicide Squad. This is the best DC movie since then.
100%. Damn.
100%.
Is that what your thought is?
Yeah, I mean, it was a delightful movie. It was fun. It was energetic. It had these characters that none of us knew yet. It also included people, included Latina people, Latino people, and it was a fun as fuck movie, dude. It had a new sort of exciting city that doesn't exist, but man, I really liked Blue Beetle quite a bit.
This movie is Spider-Man meets Ant-Man. That's what this movie is. It is Spider-Man meets Ant-Man. Because one, an Ant-Man, you barely hear about the original Ant-Man. You barely hear about anything the original Blue Beetle did. Because there's 2 Blue Beetles, and they make it very apparent that those 2 Blue Beetles did exist before this Blue Beetle. Just like in Ant-Man, where they're making very apparent that Ant-Man existed. But then you got the complexation of being a new college student or a college student that just came out, and so he's young, he's in his 20s, early 20s, and he becomes a superhero, and he's going through all this conflict. Now, Blue Beetle, I love this. The thing about Blue Beetle is that I love that his family all fucking finds out.
It feels like a family movie at points, because everyone has their Uncle Rudy. You know what I mean?
And just like the fact I have up now says, this movie was originally just supposed to be a one-off, because remember, before this movie was filmed way before James Gunn ever showed up. So it could have gone tossed out like Batgirl. It could have got thrown to the fucking wayside like it was a piece of shit, like Batgirl was thrown. I don't know if Batgirl is a piece of shit. I'm just saying that's how DC treated it.
Yeah.
But this movie was fun. I want to watch it already. I want to watch it again. And there's not been, besides Flash, I liked Flash just because, let's be honest, I get Michael Keaton Batman again.
Yeah.
But
this is better than that. This is better than that, honestly.
I mean, in your opinion, yes. But this movie was exactly what you said. You could tell James Gunn had some part in it because you could tell from the sense of humor.
But he did say it's disconnected from the universe, but he is gonna keep Sholo as Blue Beetle, because why wouldn't he?
He was just like, okay, cool. Originally, no, blah blah blah. But I mean, this movie is still pretty fun.
Yeah,
and I just realized Lunchador's mask glows.
Oh wow, look at that.
Lunchador's mask glows.
Yeah, look at that.
I got a mannequin head for Lunchador's mask. I stole it from him. He will never be Lunchador again. Anyway, moving on. This movie is fun. George Lopez. Fuck, man.
Dude, probably my favorite thing about the movie, honestly. I'm not a big George Lopez guy, but I loved him in this movie. Absolutely loved him in this movie. I thought he was great.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch. I try to watch that show, the new show he has out.
Yeah.
Lopez versus Lopez.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. Maybe it's. I think I'm just done with laugh tracks. I hate shows with laugh tracks. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
But I just can't get into that. And so, I was kind of dreading going into this movie.
I was too.
With knowing that George Lopez was going to be a big part of this movie.
He's great.
Fucking knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he was great.
Knocked it out of the damn park. It was so funny. The interaction between him and any of the characters, stuff like that. Him being a guy that's scared that the government's coming to get him any moment.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But this is
hilarious.
It's a very good movie, actually. I mean, I know it underperformed a little bit at the box office, but I think it'll stay steady and it'll make its money back, because I thought it was really fun. And I know there are a lot of people out there how many superheroes am I supposed to care about? And I hear that. But Blue Beetle is a good movie. I walked in and walked out smiling.
How many action heroes can you name off the top of your head?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying some people.
Seriously, dude. I think this is what the problem is with this comic book, whatever. What is it called? A fatigue that people are talking about.
Yeah.
People are going in thinking because Marvel Cinematic Universe did that whole everything's connected, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Guess what, dude? Comic books, you don't need to read every comic book guy that exists. There's comic book superheroes. I have never touched a single page of their comic books. Not going to tell you who, so then you guys would make fun of me and shit. I know how it goes in this world. But seriously, you can enjoy just one. You can enjoy just Blue Beetle. You can enjoy just Superman. You can enjoy just Batman, Spider-Man, whatever.
But then you have these people out there. You also have the people out there, gatekeepers, saying, "Well, you got to see this movie, you got to see that movie." But with this one, it's a standalone. You can watch Blue Beetle anytime you want.
I gatekeeped once, and that was just for the Infinity War. I was like, you kind of got to watch that one because it kind of leads into this one, which that makes sense. I think I told people you had to watch Thor Ragnarok to watch Infinity War to watch Infinity Endgame.
But with Blue Beetle, man, it's kind of like a one-off. You can watch it and enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. Watched it, enjoyed it. I had a good time watching this movie.
There's just so much. There's a lot of Easter eggs. We'll get into that here in just a little bit in the spoiler section of every comic book movie. We always do a spoiler section because I don't buy these $100,000 comics flitting around my fucking house because
if I had any criticism of the movie, I was a little fuzzy on some of the motivations of some of the actor characters in this movie. We'll talk about that in the spoiler section. But other than that, man, I enjoyed my time in this movie. I thought it was great. I even squeezed a few tears out of me. So, I mean,
and I liked Susan Sarandon. I couldn't see Sharon Stone as that.
Oh,
and because originally it was Sharon Stone. I'm sorry if you don't remember that, but Sharon Stone was originally.
I can see them interchangeably doing this, but it's just since Ren is just as menacing, I guess, right?
Right. And
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon played it great. I loved her as the bad guy. It kind of fit the part perfectly. Um,
Did you
the
like
girl,
the Palmera City? I thought that was a really cool like looking city. Like
yeah,
the
actually, one of the I had it up, but it just doesn't look good behind us. I went through all of them because I have
yeah.
17 different things. I even have the Beetle car, the Beetle ship flying behind us, but that didn't work. This is what Palmer looks like with us in front of it. Yeah, like you can't see
Palmera
any of
City,
it.
it looks like an anime city.
Yeah, like
Like,
you can see the
yeah.
bottom. There you go. You can
I
tell
mean,
that is
that's
it.
really cool. I mean, that's neat.
Yep.
And yeah, I like the color scheme of this. It felt like it had life. It felt like it had
Yeah,
color.
it
And
felt like it was Miami. It felt like or the Keys or Florida, It felt like it was the Keys. It felt like I was having fun. There's so many little Easter eggs here and there, enough
mhm.
just to joke around, and it made it very apart that it's part of the DC universe.
And the action was fantastic. Action, the
Mhm.
fighting in it was fantastic. It was a very fun movie, and I really, you guys have super fatigue or sort of crinkling your nose at this, don't do Blue Beetle because it's the best DC movie since the Suicide Squad. James Gunn's the Suicide Squad. So
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was holy shit.
mm,
I just got a message from my friend Lunchador,
yeah,
and he says one wrestler has died every day
who's
since the
next?
beginning of
Who's in now?
2023.
Who's in now?
No, well,
Oh
Bray
yeah,
Wyatt
yeah,
died.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
He says one wrestler has died every day since the beginning of 2023.
Man,
Wow, that's crazy,
yeah.
insane. Anyway, moving on. Like, there's so many like here's a little Easter egg that I'll put out to the audience, and because the way you have to know that you can find out this Easter egg is you have to know Spanish
hmm
and pay attention like really close in the back. And here it is. Boom. At one point in the movie, it says that Bruce Wayne bought Twitter, but it's spoken in Spanish on the TV in Yaimi's house. And like,
That's funny.
and I mean, if you look at the old comics, man, like, I mean, they are nothing compared to what this Blue Beetle is. I mean, if you went old school, here's old school. This was the original, what the
hmm
original Blue Beetle looked like, right?
Yeah.
This is the second Blue Beetle. Okay. Well, I mean that was the same Blue Beetle. I'm sorry. That's still dang. It's the second. It's the same Blue Beetle as the first one, but I'll
Yeah.
explain why in a little bit. This is the actual famous Blue Beetle that was in shows and stuff like
hmm
that. And then here in this comic was where Yaimi makes his first appearance
hmm
ever.
Yeah.
And here's his after that Crisis is in. This is his first comic book.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So that wasn't until 2006. So this is the first character from DC that got a movie that has been created since 2000 in the 2000s. Even though
Okay.
the Blue Beetle originally, the original Blue Beetle, but let's just be honest, this Blue Beetle is nothing like what the original Blue Beetle was
No,
like.
this new movie was kind of like Iron Man, kind of.
It's kind of like Iron Man, Spider Man, because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
think about it. It's the
Mm,
nanotech kind of like suit,
mm.
but on top of it, it's a random thing that bites a kid that gets all these magical powers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
Mm,
and yeah, Blue Beetle is way more powerful though than
no.
Spider-Man by
Oh yeah.
far
Sure. Yeah.
because he can use his imagination to create anything like Green Lantern. He can, fly up to space. He can rechange his DNA. He can make himself look like anything else. Like there's a
hmm
bunch of powers they don't even touch. If you're to list all his powers, we would need another fucking hour in this goddamn
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. We
But
don't have
all
that.
right, let's read some quotes and let's move on to the spoiler part.
And we got radio ratings as well. So
Oh yeah, and all the above.
yeah.
All right, so it's in there. I can feel it. How I look, like you're 6 figures in debt. You're Mexican in the Edge Keys. Progression is not for us. Look at that walk. It's sexy in a Gorilla Kardashian way. He was a degree. He has a degree, pre-law. So if you need any pre-lawyers, everyone has a purpose. You just haven't found yours. You look like an asshole, just like everyone else. The world's biggest tick. Oh my God, it's inside of me. Put those nuevos away. They're talking about his balls.
Yeah, I heard that.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Where? You don't want to know. Have a cigar. They're made by real Cubans. Batman is a fascist. You're lucky this house is full of stuff. Your house is full of love. Once the Skyrim meets up, once the Skyrim goes up your ass, it doesn't go up. It doesn't go up my ass. We have turned both cheeks. Now it's time to fight. The universe knows it is you, and I know it's you, and you know it's you that you know it's you. Careful, he is a stranger. He is stronger than before. I get that. Sacrifices must be made for the greater good. I remember everything now. Big weed never dies. Oh, bad weed never dies. I'm sorry. Bad weed never dies. I feel blood rushing to my mid region. And that's it.
All right, man. What's your score on this?
Dude, 4.5. Right out of the gate, dude. I loved it. I loved
I'm
it.
a
They
little
can make
bit-
a whole fucking Blue Beetle universe.
A little bit more or less than you, about 4.2, leaning towards 4.3. It's a fun fucking movie. I liked it way more than I thought I would, honestly. I wasn't bored. I wasn't like, I wasn't playing, looking at my phone. I went in, walked in, completely enjoyed myself all the way, and I really liked it. All right, man. What's the audience score in Blue Beetle?
It has to be 91%.
That's exactly what it is. Good job.
Shut the fuck up. I got one finally. Everybody take a shot. Take a shot. Drink a whole fifth of something. I haven't got one on the nose in like a year.
What's the critic score on this one?
Well, if we did if people did 91, I heard they were giving it shit. So I'm gonna say 67.
78%. Certified fresh.
Okay.
Critics and Consensus led by Shola Mardan. Shola Mardueña's magnetic performance in the title role. Blue Beetle is a professionally family-focused superhero film with putting in humor and heart. I'll read you a bad review and a good review. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Here's a rotten review from Dulce Pierce of The Sun UK. It says, too chilly, too silly, too cheesy, and too obvious. Blue Beetle fails to pack a powerful punch when needed, especially when hiding issues including elitism, racism, gentrification, and ignorance. And here's a good review from, it's a simple one from Judge Brown. He says, a very charming superhero movie. And that's what it is, very charming. All right, Neil's walking away. I don't know if he's getting anything, but we're gonna go to that spoiler section. So if you guys are riding your bike or you guys don't want to see the movie, you know to get deep into the movie and the trivia around it. So I'm gonna give you guys just a few seconds. If you're leaving now, we are seeing Gran Turismo and Vacation Friends next week, so stick around for that. And for you other guys that want to hear about the movie, we'll see you in a second. All right, man. Story time. I have a quick question.
Yeah, before we get
So, Blue Beetle, his thing was he didn't kill people, but his grandmother and uncle surely did.
Oh my god! I know. I haven't watched. I haven't watched. You know how I always watch reviews afterwards. Yeah. He's like, so Blue Beetle doesn't want to kill anybody, but his whole family's just massacring away.
No. I was like, what's going on here?
Like
for
Anna
example,
with
when,
a fucking big old cannon gun just blast motherfuckers away.
and fucking when they stepped on that one guy and it got stuck on the spider's leg, I'm like, what is going on here? Like, what is
Are we
motivation?
just murdering
Like,
motherfuckers?
yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one, man.
To me, I was like,
that's a director's choice. That's a writer's choice.
I was like, how is this making sense at all? Like that's the part that bothered me the most was the way, like, but other than that, I enjoyed the movie. I was like, why are they going out fucking like killing like tons of people, but Blue Beetle can't kill this dude who's probably killed tons of people? He's like, I'm like, come on, dude, like you can take care of it. You're not a murderer, but the rest of your family is definitely murdering people.
Just murder. Yeah. All right, so like I told you before at the beginning, there are 3 Blue Beetles. All right.
Yeah.
And I made this simple for you so I don't have to deep dive hardcore and do this for like a fucking hour and a half. Let me see where I have it though. I hate that they go so small when I do this, you know, the pixels. So let's see. I think it's that one. Nope, that is not one. That is not it.
Okay.
This one. Here it is.
Okay.
Nope, that's not it either. All right, we're gonna play the Where Is It game. Dude, I know I put a thing together where it's all 3 of the Blue Beetles.
I believe you.
I blame Jesus. Where are they?
Where are they, dude?
No. Whatever. I can just go old school. I'll just do one at a time really quick.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sorry about that. These are all the ones that are now of Jaime. That's all of them, what they look like in the animated series and stuff like that. Again, only been around since 2006. So the first, those are both Jaime too. All right. So the first Blue Beetle was in 1938, and that's what he looked like. Boom.
That dorky one. Yeah.
And now his thing originally was that he took a drug called like X2 and vitamin X2, and it gave him like heightened abilities for a while.
Like cocaine for everyone.
Right. And it gave him heightened abilities for like for a short time or whatever. But then they made it where he found the Scarab in Egypt, right? And he would yell out the name
Shazam.
Like Shazam. Because Shazam was popular back then. Captain Marvel back then, because this is the 30s and the 40s. And Kaj or Dadu, what the Scarab's name is in this Blue Beetles version. Now, so he had that ability. He had special abilities finally because of the Scarab attached to him, and he could do all the stuff, right? The second Blue Beetle, just like in this movie, Ted Korg, did not have any abilities whatsoever, and he did own the Scarab, but the Scarab never attached itself to him. So he did make all those inventions and stuff like that, including the Beetle vehicle and all that stuff to mimic what he saw that the Scarab could do with the original Blue Beetle.
Okay.
So, like, he was just sitting there with the thing that could possibly make him the most powerful being in the earth. But it didn't want to be with him. So he's like, all right, well, I guess if I'm good enough, maybe he'll want to be with me.
Yeah.
So that's what that whole storyline is about in that movie. And so if you want to know, that's literally what it is. And
I can use a bit more backstory about how the Scarab was made in the movie. Like I was a big backstory of how like the technology that worked in the movie. It's like we kind of just knew a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I mean, they just kind of didn't know. It came from Alien. They found it in Egypt, and they even kind of slightly talked about that for a second, but they just didn't know. Dan Garrett was the first Blue Beetle. He's the one that found the Scarab. Blue Beetle's opening scene shows Ted Korg becoming a public superhero. It showed it all over the Blue Beetle's open monologue. It introduced Ted Korg, who, despite not appearing in the film, was central to the story. Korg was a brilliant scientist who ran Korg Industries, which in DC, Korg Industries is like Wayne Enterprises and LexCorp.
Mhm.
Like it's one of the big name, and Queen Industries too is the other one.
Yeah, and if you guys at the end of Blue Beetle, there's a little scene that makes you think that maybe Ted Kord is alive and well.
Yes, that's the end credit scene. Ted Crow's Blue Beetle costume is shown in the opening credits. You can see it while Blue Beetle makes sure not to reveal Ted Crow's face. The opening credits show a very comic actor Ted Crow Blue Beetle costume, where Jamie Reyes uses the Scarab's sympathetic armor. Ted Crow had to create his own costume, the blue mask and the yellow glasses. Blue Beetle's Pago Island reference. Now, Pago Island, the place where Victoria Crow takes Jaime to have the
Mhm.
scabbard extracted, and that serves as the base for her OMOC project, comes from Ted Krog's DC comic history. DC Comics Pago Island appeared for the first time in Blue Beetle Volume 5 from 1967, which is also the comic book that revealed Ted Krog's origin story. The events of Blue Beetle number 5, most of which took place in Pago Island, ended when Dan Garrett's death and Ted Corgan becoming the new Blue Beetle.
Mm.
So that's that island where the bad guy all had everything.
It's Ted
Pago
Kord's
Island
island.
was actually the island where the original Blue Beetle died, and the second Blue Beetle takes over.
Cool.
Mhm.
I felt like there was dinosaurs island somewhere.
One of the things that I laughed so much about in this movie,
Mhm.
and this is just from a geek view, is where they hid the Skyrim to get it out of the building. Where did they hid it in? What did they
Oh,
hide it in?
in that box. In that
No, it
box.
was
right?
not In and Out.
What was it?
It was Big Belly Burger.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Big Belly Burger is like it's Kevin Smith nails, snail cigarettes. A Big Belly Burger is eaten by everybody in the DC universe at some point. In fact, so much that the Arrowverse picked it up and they
yeah?
used it in the Arrowverse all
Oh,
the
nice.
time when they went to eat was Big Belly Burger. So I just thought that was really cool that it's carrying
Yeah.
out the Big Belly Burger box. I was like, I even on my notes I actually wrote it. I was
It
like,
looks-
Big Belly Burger.
Yeah, it looks like a In and Out kind of.
Yeah. It's just referencing a hamburger joint. And
Yeah.
Jamie's Out of Reach line references Blue Beetle's biggest villain to date. Now, so you don't know, there's a group called the Reach, and originally, they were going to do an Aquaman movie where he was going to be fighting the Reach.
Mhm.
Now, the Reach is an alien far, far away that created the scarabs and literally came to Earth, and they send a scarab to different universes to have that person become like their lieutenant
Mm.
and to hawk mayhem. So they come down and they're like, "Oh, you already killed everybody. Cool, we're taking over this planet now." So the scarab was sent back in ancient Egypt, which ancient Egypt times, let's be honest, ain't nobody going to be fighting no human fucking alien race, you know. But that did not happen. So that was cool. Palomar City is a fictional city. We already talked about that earlier, though.
Yeah.
But it is one of the biggest cities. It's one of the top 4 in. It's supposed to be in Texas, not Florida. So it's supposed to be from where you're from, bro. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
They moved it over to Florida, but it's one of the big 4. Gotham City, Metropolis, and Central City are the other 3 big ones.
What's Central City? Who's in
Central
Central
City is
City?
Flash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where Flash is at.
Yeah, that's why it looks like okay.
And Blue Beetle's El Paso Street is reference to Yami's city in the comics. When Blue Beetle changed Yami Ray's city compared to the original comic book lore, the film cleverly incorporated the fact that the third Blue Beetle was once based in El Paso, Texas, before they became the city it is. And so that's why they live on El Paso Street. Now, here's the big one for all the geeks around there around the world that everybody was bitching about. The villain is not one villain. It is 2 villains combined. And people hate when they do that. Conrad Carpax whose stories and powers combine two different DC characters in one. Conrad Complex is the Indestructible Man, an archaeologist who worked on a similar project as Dan Garrett. The Indestructible Man served as a villain to Dan Garrett, the original Blue Beetle, who discovered the Scarab. Now, in the Blue Beetle movie, Carpax was a villain to Jamie Rise, who, however, Blue Beetle referenced Carpax's connection to Dan Garrett through the archaeological search for the Scarab, of which Carpax is part, but Conrad and Carpax armor was from another comic accurate guy. Or the film, his abilities to the Omok Project, which the Omok Cyborg. So his two villains combine like they do.
Whatever.
El Capino, Colorado. El Capino, Colorado.
What about you? What are you talking about?
He's the Mexican superhero that they cover the screens with.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
an actual Mexican comedy show, a classic Mexican TV show based on the character created by legendary comedian Roberto Balanis. The original El Capino Colorado show, which starred Roberto Balanis as the titular character, who is a satire that parodied popular superheroes. The fact that Colorado's name and costume come from the species of grasshoppers, a type of insect, makes Blue Beetle's references a little funny. They make a reference to Superman. At one point, it says Metropolis has Superman. However, this is unclear which Superman they're talking about because we don't know. They pay homage to the Man of Steel. In fact, I will show you how they pay homage to the Man of Steel if you just give me 5 seconds to see it. There it is.
Okay, I see it.
See how long it takes? I say so. And and even the guy that that's the two guys like they created.
Okay, I see
that come together to make that guy.
Okay.
Yaimi went to college in Gotham City. He had a Gotham City law shirt on at one point.
And be selling those fucking everywhere in a little bit once this movie finally gets an audience.
This movie brought one of the most famous vehicles of all times up next to the Batmobile, the one and only, the Beetle ship, live in front of everybody for this movie. Now, the Beetle ship might remind you of something you might have seen before in a movie.
Starship Troopers?
Does it remind you of any ship? Does it remind you of anything where like the superheroes like flew a ship that came out of the water, hidden in a sewer drain, and came out into the water, and then they go fight some guy who's trying to end the entire world?
Avengers? I don't know.
No. So, the Night Owl ship from Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
Looks almost identical to the Blue Beetle ship
because
they took that from Alan Moore took that from.
Oh, okay.
Blue Beetle.
Okay.
Because a Blue Beetle, again, is one of the top 10 oldest superheroes in existence. Just putting that out there. They make a Central City reference. A bunch of LexCorp and Daily Planet ads were everywhere. Prothemium is the material that they make the outfit out of for the OMAC thing, right? That's the material that Cyborg is made out of and Deathstroke is made out of. And Kronos, shortly after Jamie is fired from Victoria Crode, we see Nana Rios as she is flipping through the channels. She just so happens to catch a quick scene from a 1992 movie called Kronos. The feature film is the debut of a director named Guillermo del Toro. Have you ever heard of that guy?
Guillermo del Toro? Yeah.
Do you know who that guy is?
Okay. Yeah, he's a director.
First movie ever. And Kronos happens to be following a struggling man who gets miraculous powers after finding a scarab-like mechanical item that gives him abilities beyond those.
Oh, it's like just like this movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they paid
Yeah.
homage in it. Why she's going through the channels.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. That's all I got. I made it short as possible.
All right, guys. Neil just dropped some knowledge on you. Hope you're still around. Thanks for sticking around. You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at w2mnet.com. That's w2mnet.com. You can find us there along with a bunch of the podcasts. We're also on Facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on X at NTS Podcast. On Instagram at NTS Podcast. We're on bonfire.com. Search Movies Don't Suck. Find a little shirt. The little Neil one has. You can find that. When a bunch of the stuff Neil's made. You can give us some money on patreon.com. Such Movies Don't Suck. You guys want to get some money there? Hey, thanks a lot. Subscribe, all that shit. Also, next week we're doing next week Gran Turismo and Vacation Friends 2.
Vacation Friends 2 with who?
Yeah. John Cena. Oh, with
who?
This guy here.
I will fuck you. All right, I will enter you.
Yeah, so John Cena and Lil Ray Howard.
It has to be the clip for next week, too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, Neil, what do we do? Small business.
If you got a small business, let us know. Give us the information. We'll be more than happy to give your back out to all the people in this wonderful town. I don't know everything. I just lost all the words I was going to say. I'm sorry. So if you have it here, 1, 2, 3. Say it again.
Neil, what do we do? Small business.
If you got a small business, let us know. We'd like to advertise for you for free right here to our thousands of listeners, our millions of fans right here at Movies Don't Suck and Something I Do.
All right. You good, Neil?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Something Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Guys, if you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you think your girlfriend is possessed by Satan, don't worry. Maybe she just has a scarab attached to her spinal cord. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We had a good time tonight. I know it went a little long, but it always does when we do comic book movies. Love you guys. Have a good night. I'm starving and I got to pee, so I got to go. I don't know about Chris, but I'm hungry like a mofo. You guys have a good night. Follow us, message us, all that stuff. I still love that Lunch Doors mask is bright as shit.